Hello, friends. How are you? How's today? My voice is coming back. I think that's a good thing. Yesterday we talked a bit about the Salty Dog Cruise and why it's so special and why you should try to go if you can in 2026. Today I want to talk specifically about the music on the boat because let's be honest, that's the real reason that most of us sign up. I don't know if there's a lot of people who sign up who don't aren't there for the music. Maybe there are some. Maybe there are people who really like skating or just I don't know, drinking Jameson and Guinness for a week. I don't know. But the music, I saw a lot of shows, and there's a lot of bands I didn't even get to see. I don't know how many were on the roster. I'm just going to go through what I saw myself and just talk about it a little bit. And starting off, we had the Sail Away show or the port show. Typically, there is a band playing in the port of Miami, and then they get off the ship, and then we sail. Oftentimes, it's for financial reasons. They're a bigger band, and kind of, the cruise as a company can't afford to pay them to be on the boat the whole week. Or like last year, we had the Interrupters. I know that some of the Interrupters are very seasick, and so they're not going to sail, but they'll come to a port show. This year, we had. Did I even write it down? I didn't write it down, did I? Oh, I did. Gaslight Anthem. Gaslight Anthem was the port show. It was fine. I almost always skip Gaslight Anthem when it comes up in my playlist. I just don't enjoy it for some reason. But the port show was fine. It felt very low energy, which was strange for a port show. Last year, the Interrupters absolutely killed it. And I think the year before that was maybe the Descendants or something like that. I don't remember who the port show was 2 years ago. But Gaslight Anthem was, give or take, whatever. It was just kind of like it's at least a moment where people are still getting on the ship and everybody just kind of comes together and hangs out. After those guys, let's see, I had some food, whatever. We saw Skinny Lister. Skinny Lister is a boat favorite, and they're really fun. Kind of shanty, punkish, like a little bit of just fun music. So they're absolutely worth checking out if you haven't checked them out. The Bronx, the last two cruises, Flogging Molly has done well. Obviously, they didn't do it this year. Last year, they started a exclusive acoustic show for the first 400 rooms that signed up. They couldn't do it, so the Bronx filled in. So I went to that only for a little while. I gotta say, the Bronx as a band, I'm sure they're fine. I've listened to some of the recorded stuff and I like it, but the experiences that I've had in person, I've not enjoyed. I don't know if it's their audio engineer or just the spaces they've been in are very unfortunate, but they just sound like a muddy mess and you can't understand a word that the singer is saying. Like nothing comes across, and it's just kind of like, eh. So I bailed. Only watched a little bit of that. And then Punk Rock Karaoke is a group that's formed from. I honestly don't know who was all in that group, but they basically do a karaoke show of just punk rock songs and invite shipmates up on stage to play or to sing. And they do the backup. They're the band. It's very fun. And then Pet Needs. Pet Needs, British punk band, very good band. Came on the boat last year, had a huge win. They were kind of maybe sort of coming this year. Maybe just two of them were coming. They were going to do a few shows before and after. They ended up all coming on the boat, and they're fantastic. They're definitely worth checking out. If you haven't heard Pet Needs, do so. So that was Monday. Tuesday for me was Skinny Lister was the first band I saw on Tuesday. I don't know what time. I didn't put times on here. I don't record times in my little notebook, but they were the first. I can tell you it was after food. With the Banjo Workshop was kind of pre-lunch, and then there was Matt Stocks's podcast with CJ Ramon, so I went to that, and then we had food, so it was probably at mid-afternoon or something like that. We saw Skinny Lister. After that, we saw The Attack. If you have not seen The Attack, you need to see The Attack, or go listen to The Attack. The Attack US, or I think their URL is something like The Attack Punk Rock or something like that. They are a Florida-based punk band. Check them out. Just traditional, kind of like early 90s, not hardcore, but a little harder than regular punk, just super high energy, really good songs. They're all amazing people. I've gotten to know all of them over the years. Fantastic. And I always go see The Attack. They're one of the high energy groups on the boat that I feel really embodies punk, and they usually play 3 sets. They're also the guys who own Enemy Inc. So if you're not aware, Enemy Inc. probably does the merch for a lot of your favorite bands or favorite music festivals or favorite whatever. They are also have a punk band. After that was Riverboat Gamblers. They were really fun. Kind of nerdy, kind of goofy, but fun in a good way. And I'll definitely be checking them out. I don't think I listened to them at all pre-boat. Most of the bands on the lineup, I tried to listen to some songs just to see if I was interested in going to see their shows. I still didn't get to see some of them, like Fiddler. I never got to see Fiddler on the boat. I liked their music that I listened to online, but the timing for their shows was just up against other things, and I just didn't get to see them. After Riverboat Gamblers was the traditional Irish set. Dennis, Matt, and Spencer from Flogging Molly played an hour of traditional Irish music. It was fantastic. We stood up on the rail like we always do for Flogging Molly shows, and it was just a really fun time. Really, really fun time. And then we saw Pet Needs again that night, which was, again, phenomenal. Wednesday was a port day. We were in Grand Cayman. So when a port day happens, they don't start shows until like 5 p.m. or something like that because everybody's out on port. So all day you kind of have nothing going on. They tend to do things like have a bingo session or have a banjo session. They'll do like something during the day for people who are on the boat, but it's not music. There's very rarely music unless you've got cabin shows planned, or there are musicians on the boat who aren't officially on the boat who will play in the stairways or whatever. So you'll find some of that on port days. We hung out for a bit, took a nap for a bit, saw Mariachi El Bronx for a couple songs. I like Mariachi El Bronx a lot. They're kind of punk mariachi. It's the members of the Bronx plus like brass and that sort of stuff. It was fun. It was fun. I didn't stay for the whole set, but I enjoyed myself. We went to get food because we wanted to go down and see Mikey from The Attack. Did a solo set. I say solo, but he actually pulled Charlie up, the lead singer for The Attack. He pulled Dory up, I think. And they did some songs, and that was really, really fun. There was another traditional Irish set, and then that night, Wednesday night, the third day of the boat, was the Northern Soul Party with Boss Hooligan. Boss Hooligan does, him and Matt Hensley from the Flogging Molly put on a Northern Soul Party every ship. It's like it goes to like 3 in the morning. It starts at like 11. It's like 4 or 5 hours of just straight Northern Soul music, which I wasn't aware that the term Northern Soul doesn't refer to like U.S. Northern, but it was like soul music was only really found, like it was a thing in the north of the UK. Like they discovered these soul bands and brought all these records in and started having these soul parties, and that's what it really references. And it's a really good time. It's really good. And as a bass player, I need to learn all of those songs because they're just these cool old jams. You know, you might just be playing Route 5th forever, but it's really, really fun. Oh, we saw the Tossers that night. Did I say that? The Tossers are fantastic. Younger than Flogging Molly, but maybe in my age bracket. Irish punk, fantastic group. Definitely check them out. Thursday was Jamaica. Again, nothing started until the evening because we were off the boat. I actually got off the boat. I told you that yesterday. And the first thing I saw was The Devil Makes Three. That was the first time. They didn't play it until Thursday. They were on the boat the whole time. Devil Makes Three is a fantastic, like, Americana folk bluegrass band, 3-piece. You've got a upright bass, a guy who switches between guitar and banjo and mandolin, I think, and then a guitarist singer. They do a lot of really good songs. If you've heard of the song Thank You Jack Daniels, Old Number 7, that's them. That's The Devil Makes Three. They're really good. My second Attack show. Had to see The Attack. Love the guys. And then they did a Flogging Molly superset, which was unbelievable. I think that most of the bands that were on the ship got up on stage at some point and played Flogging Molly covers, either as an individual band playing a song, or they brought multiple people from multiple bands together to play a song. Some of the members of Flogging Molly got up and played during that, and they just had a really beautiful hour-ish long session of just playing Flogging Molly covers, and everybody put their own spin on the songs. It was really, really beautiful. It was an amazing evening. The Uke Hunt Crudites. This is the Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, which I definitely saw them. I must not have written them down. The Me First and the Gimme Gimmes were on the boat. If you don't know, they are a cover band that plays everything in a sort of punk style. They're absolutely fantastic. And Uke Hunt Crudites is Spike, and I don't know who the other guy is, but Spike's the lead singer of Me First, plays a ukulele, and they just do stupid covers and act ridiculous. That was very fun. Friday, last day on the boat, was a full at sea day, so things started a little bit earlier on Friday. But let's see. Oh, that's right. Friday was a weird day for me. For some reason, Thursday was really light in shows. Friday was really heavy, and I had 2 whiskey tastings. So I went to both of Dennis's whiskey tastings. 10 shots whiskey in 3 hours is a lot of whiskey in 3 hours. But whatever, we pulled it off. Saw The Devil Makes 3, another traditional Irish set. Skinny Lister again. And the Skinny Lister was the last show of the ship, and I got probably way too into it. There might be other shows that I saw didn't write down. Obviously, I didn't write down Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. I didn't get to see Fiddler. I didn't get to see Scowl. I don't know who else I didn't get to see. I only got to see one of the Me First and the Gimme Gimmes sets. Lots of things overlapped. That's part of the fun of the music festival, is figuring out what you want to see at what time, and what's important. There were shows where we talked about, we're gonna go see half of this. Oh, the Cherry Cokes are on the boat. Cherry Cokes are amazing. If you haven't heard them, it is Irish punk, played super well, but Japanese, and so you can't understand anything you're saying, and it really blows up your brain because you expect to understand. They're playing Irish music, but they're singing in Japanese. Mind-blowing, fun. I didn't get to see them at all. So there's a lot going on, and you just have to kind of decide, all right, I'm going to see half of this set, half of that set, or I'm just going to stay. And there were some other moments where I saw some things, and Malia went and saw something else because she wasn't interested in, say, for instance, the Bronx. She's not interested in hardcore at all. But that's it. That's the music. You got any questions about those bands? Any comments? Anything similar to those bands that I should check out that maybe I haven't heard of? Let me know down below. Thank you for watching. Please give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed, do so. We're on positive subscriber growth for like 2 straight weeks. See you tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We have been learning 16 habits of some nonsense or other. 16 harsh truths that make us stronger. Number 13, in life, you get what you put in. If you want to love, give love. If you want friends, be one. If you want money, provide value. Yeah, that's so cheap. Like, everybody knows that, right? That's just like a standard rule of life.